I'm Shelby. I am a second year student at NATE in Business Administration Marketing. I just got over a cold, so please don't mind my voice is a little raspy. I've had bronchitis all week. It's been awful, which is why I am waiting till Sunday to upload my video. I am sorry. But what I'm here to talk to you about is country living. As you can see behind me, we live in the country. We don't have any neighbors. There's maybe one way up there. You can't really see them though. So, what brought us to the country? Well, to start, my husband and I are actually from Ontario. We are from very small towns. My town has a population of 400. His town has a population of about 1,200. Very small towns, 2 hours north of Toronto. We moved out here back in 2008 for my husband's job, and we've kind of just been here since. We have always lived in Edmonton. We always lived northwest end because we wanted to be close to his job. We were young, we thought it was fun, to go to the restaurants, to be at the bars, be close to work, have less commute. As we got older, we realized that's really not what it's about. So about a year ago, we actually bought our first home in Alberta, and we now live in Parkland County, about half an hour west of Spruce Grove. Why do we love it? Well, what do you hear? Nothing. I hear my husband power washing our cars and our trucks. I normally hear crickets, and I hear frogs, and I hear dogs, and that's about it. We don't hear the sirens anymore. We don't hear our neighbors discussing the gossip from last week. We don't hear the screaming of subdivisions, and it's been great, honestly. Now, I know country living's not for everybody, and we do have a 45-minute commute to the city, which kind of sucks some days. But I'm here to talk about the benefits and why it has worked for us and why it might work for you. So, one of the best things, like I discussed, is the noise. It is so quiet out here. It is so peaceful. It's just relaxing. You wake up in the morning, you have a cup of coffee, and you sit on your back deck. You see trees. You hear birds. It sounds a little bit like a little bit of a Disney movie, but it's great. Another thing. Neighbors. When we lived in the city, we've lived in duplexes. We've lived right in town. We've lived in apartment buildings, and we never knew our neighbors. We were literally attached at the same house as people, and we still didn't know them other than their first names. Here, we know all our neighbors. We only have about 10 neighbors, but we know them all by name. We've hung out with them. We have their phone numbers on our phones, and we each look out for each other. It's been honestly great. Within 1 week of living here, we were able to meet 3 or 4 of our neighbors. And it's been awesome. I've made great friends with them now. That's something that you could always count on. I could always count on them to look after our house. It's been wonderful. Another thing is our dogs. We have 2 dogs. So our first one is a pug. He could really care less about where we live. He's just kind of like a cat dog and just wants to sleep all day. But the other one is Tucker. Tucker is a border collie husky mix, and he is crazy. He's about 2 years old now, and we got him when we first lived in the city. He chewed baseboards. He actually chewed my engagement ring, my cell phone, my glasses, everything. We couldn't figure what was wrong. We moved to the country, and all of that stopped. The poor guy was just bored. He was trapped in a little subdivision backyard. He had no room to roam. Now we moved out to the country. We don't keep him on a leash. He's able to free roam just around our property. Our neighbors actually have a dog the same age, and they do the same with our dogs. So our dogs just have little play dates every day. They get their energy out. He comes home after dinner, and he's just calm, and he's happy, and he just wants to cuddle, and he's good to go. It was honestly the best thing we've ever done for Tucker is move him into the country. Another great thing, calm. It has to do with the same thing that I said about noise. It's just so calm out here. You don't have the rushing, you don't have the busyness. I get it. Some people like the rush, some people like the busyness. And I do understand the downfall is we have to drive 45 to an hour to go for dinner or to the movies. We have to drive a half an hour for the closest grocery store. But to us, it's worth it. Sometimes you could think about in life, what's more important, time or happiness? To us, it was happiness. And to us, living in the country makes us happier. We do have a dirt road. It does wreck my poor little car, all the gravel, and it gets pretty mucky in the winter. But again, we're so much happier. There's nothing better than being able to wake up in the morning, go outside. Hey, I've gone out in PJs. I've gone out in a bathrobe. I've gone out, we've had fires in our front yard. It's just, there's nothing better than knowing that you are all alone and it's private, it's calm, it's happy. All right, I hope that this 5-minute video was enough to maybe convince you to consider moving to country. Okay, maybe we can be neighbors. Till next time.